The King in Yellow. The King in Yellow is a fictional play in book form created by Robert W. Chambers as a device for his 1895 book of short stories of the same title. Within the Chambers narrative, the play, supposedly published in 1889, drove the author to suicide, and all who read it to suffer a tragic fate, or go mad from irresistible revelations. Excerpted in Chambers' short stories, set in Imagine 1920, there are at least 2 acts within the play, with the first being fairly innocuous before the second makes you lose your grip on reality. This play within Chambers' book of stories is named after a supernatural figure, casually known as the Yellow King. The king bears a glyph known as the Yellow Sign, which isn't fully described but was interpreted as a swirly, question-mark-esque symbol, or Triskele lion, evoking a beast with tentacles, in 1989 by Kevin Ross for the role-playing game The Call of Cthulhu. Oh, and I forgot to mention one teensy important note, bearing witness to the sign leaves you open to possession or mind control by the king, or his offspring. Speaking of Cthulhu, although some believe his Necronomicon was influenced by Chambers' work, experts don't believe H.P. Lovecraft read The King in Yellow until 1927. Meanwhile, the author wrote The Hound in 1922, where he first introduced his Necronomicon. However, Lovecraft was a fan of Chambers, and mentioned the Yellow Sign, and the deity Hastur, in Lake of Holly, in the 1930 short story The Whisperer in Darkness. Other Lovecraftian creators, such as author and publisher August Derleth, have since more directly connected the play with Lovecraft's Cthulhu mythos. Chambers' creations gained a bump in mainstream attention in 2014 when the HBO series True Detective named its serial killer the Yellow King, and mentioned Carcosa, a fictional city created by author Ambrose Bierce, but used by Chambers, along with Hastur, and Holly. George R.R. Martin likewise pays tribute to Chambers in The World of Ice and Fire, a 2014 companion book to his A Song of Ice and Fire series, with a mention of a yellow emperor sorcerer who once ruled over the city of Carcosa. Well, what you think The King in Yellow cursed? Write what you in the comments.